Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Tuesday. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Hey. New Mano.
The originals is here.
The originals.
Yeah, we back.
Are in the building. It's a Tuesday. It's already too lit up here.
It really is.
And speaking of the originals, DJ Mathematics, Allah Math, and Cappadonna from the Wu-Tang Clan are going to be joining us today.
Oh, nice.
You know, Math has been down since the beginning, since before Wu-Tang even.
Okay.
He actually used to DJ for GZA when GZA was signed to Coachella Records pre-Wu-Tang.
So he was a DJ, then he started producing.
Yes, and then he started working with RZA and started producing. Actually, Ice Cream was the first song he worked on.
Oh,
he
did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
He worked with RZA on it. That was the first song that he started. But he's got a great story. But he's also got an album coming out. Well, it's out.
Okay.
But it'll be available on streaming services on the 25th. But you can get the limited edition vinyl, which we got.
Yep.
Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. He's also from Queens, which is different.
Yeah.
The only one from Queens.
Wu-Tang member from Queens.
Exactly. All right. And of course, Cappadonna, who has an album coming out on Friday. So we'll be talking to them. But it's also how I got my start in the music business.
Yeah.
You was part of the 5 Daily Venoms. You was
No, I
rapping
was
back
not.
then. I remember you. Yeah, you was.
But I worked in the office. I was a little nerd. All right. Well, let's get the show started with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to spread some love to. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and happy Tuesday to all.
Yes.
And today we want to shine a light on Cheryl Lee Ralph. She got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so shout out to her. And that is well deserved. She also said that she plans to work. She's not leaving her, job anytime soon.
I don't blame her.
Because she loves what she does, and she's amazing at it. Abbott Elementary is one of my favorite shows to watch.
I love her on that. Remember you interviewed her? She was
one of my first interviews.
She's such a
Remember that?
great storyteller.
Yeah. She also recently talked about the fact that she was in a car accident right before she got on the late night show with Stephen Colbert, but she still showed up. She said the car went over the loading dock.
Oh my gosh.
And so she had on a sling during that. So it was an accident, but she was like, it's okay. Let's move forward.
Right.
And let's make it happen. So shout out to her. She was on her way to a speaking engagement. That was on April 7th.
And I think she gets her star tomorrow, I believe.
Well, listen, if there's anybody that deserves it, it's Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Absolutely.
Right, Mano?
Yeah, I did this on purpose, didn't you?
Mano feels away right now, guys.
All right, well, who do you guys with? His headphones aren't working. He's just sitting here.
He's pouting.
Aw.
Oh, look at your baby.
All right, now, Janice, who do you want to shine a light on?
Shine a light on Mano for giving back to the community that he was once a part of, like me. I go into the prison system and teach them how to be entrepreneurship. So I'm glad I had a chance to tell them by voice.
Thank you. It's important for me to do that, and we're gonna continue to do more. I appreciate that.
Yes, definitely. I've been able to certify my business. I'm triple minority-owned, women-owned, and black-owned.
That's right.
Yes.
In the state of Connecticut.
See, this is amazing. You got to bring Mano out to Connecticut then.
Yes. My Father's Day is coming. I celebrate fathers. I'm in my 12th year. Welcome to come. We got an all-white party. We got a DJ, live band, full buffet, comedian, Smokey Suaves is coming down. The whole nine.
Right.
On Father's Day, 4 to 8. Come on down.
And you know what? We're going to get your information, and we're going to send you an invite to my wedding on July 26th. So we got you.
Yeah, ain't nothing like marrying yourself.
Okay, that's a good one. Thank you, Janice.
Have a great day. Be safe.
You too. All right. Well, that was Shine a Light. 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, leave a message and shine a light that way. And when we come back, we have your Yeeti, and Nicki Minaj is talking about entitlement. She is tired of people expecting that they're supposed to get the money that she earns. Do y'all relate? It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the room.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yeeti.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Mano's here.
Yeah.
Jasmine Brand.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand. Yep.
Let's get into this Yeetie. So
Okay.
Nicki Minaj went on social media on her stories, and it feels like she's going through something. She said most people don't want to earn money. They want to be given the money that you've had to earn. Then she said, "Dear Barbs, if you become financially rich or are already rich, wealthy, successful, etc., you'll always have to hire complete strangers for the most part." She said, "People you've known forever will want and need a position real bad, bills piling up, eviction notices, drowning in debt, children to feed. But for most of them, once they're hired, that 11-letter word will more than likely bite them within the first month." And then she said, "Can you guess which word, guys? Entitlement."
So something's going on.
Yeah,
Serious
something's good. Do you
word
think
out
this
here.
is true, though? Because I saw a lot of people
yeah,
weighing
some
in
truth to that. Like, it's
on
a
the
lot
conversation.
Of entitlement out there. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I also feel like sometimes, and I don't necessarily think you always, she said for the most part, complete strangers. There are some people that work really hard that you can rely on, who you know.
Yeah.
But it is true that sometimes family and friends you'll be shocked at the things that they'll expect and that they'll do.
Yeah.
100,000,000%.
That they wouldn't do to anybody else.
But you, because you family.
Yeah. Literally, people will do things like live in your rental unit, not pay rent, get a reduced
Sounds
rent.
very specific, Angela.
And then act like you did them wrong.
It sounds like you're
years.
speaking from experience.
Been through it. All right. And sorry about that. All right. Now, Cameron recently went on live to talk about something that he went through. Apparently, as he was walking through the hallways of this apartment building and going down the stairs, he talked about a woman who took his shoes and clothing because she ain't want him to leave. What? Don't go.
What?
Here's what he said.
Leaving this crib, just try to hide my shoes and all that. Like, I won't just leave. All I need is my motherfucking wallet and phones. I took her slippers. I'm trying to play with these man. This is why I love the I'm playing with my clothes and I'll write in my car and get the out of here.
That's very petty, though. And
What, to
childish.
hide his stuff?
Yeah.
Where could they be hidden?
I feel like you do stuff like that.
I ain't never pressed for no man to stay.
You ain't
Please.
going nowhere.
Mano, has anybody ever hid
please.
your stuff? So you wouldn't leave?
Mano does the hiding. Baby, please
I
don't
don't
leave
be at
me.
people's houses
Hold
like
me.
that.
Ooh, you don't.
No, I don't be just frequenting.
You be having them at
women's-
your spot?
I mean, I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying.
What if you
I
went
just
to a
don't-
woman's house and it was dirty and it was a turd in the toilet?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real story, right?
All right, well, that is your Yeetie, sponsored by Saucony. And I want to, if you go to Saucony.com right now, too, if you're signing up and getting your first purchase, you get 15% off. Just
I ain't getting
like
a
to
pair
put that
yet.
out there.
Ooh,
Where's
okay.
my
Tell me,
pair?
you didn't tell me what you wanted. I keep telling
I
you,
want a pair.
go to Saucony.com, tell me what you want, and stop calling it Saucony. All right, when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Last night. What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for About Last Night with Jasmine Brand.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
And Mano. New Mano. All right, so what did you do last night, Mano?
I went to go see my guy Robbie and Co. Robbie Suits. Picked out
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my
some
gosh.
colors
Here we go.
for my tuxedo for
Okay.
the wedding.
Okay.
Okay,
You know?
and the wedding is July
26th.
All right, July 26th. Okay.
Yeah.
And since I'm giving you away, do I wear a tux?
What are you talking about?
Oh, and also,
What
okay,
are you talking about?
so wait a minute. This is an important
Giving me
question.
away, wait.
Angela is giving Mano away at his
Stop
wedding,
saying it.
and I'm going to be the best man. Do I wear a tux?
You
Yeah,
are the
you should
best
wear
man.
a tux.
I am. I'm the best man, so I got to wear a tux.
You have to wear a tux.
Okay.
You
Can I bring a
also-
date still? Can I bring a date?
Yeah, sit
Okay.
him
You
in the
also
back.
have to host
Not,
his,
not in the back.
you have to host his bachelor party also as the best man.
Well, listen, Angela, I really need your help for that.
I'm not the best man.
I don't know if
She's
I
so
want you at
petty.
my bachelor party.
I don't have to
And
be
why
there.
you running around telling people you giving me away like you
I
walking me?
am.
Who's going to walk you down the aisle?
I am. I'm giving him away.
Why is that so offensive, Mano?
That's very offensive.
Why?
I don't get given away.
Well, you do, because you are definitely ran through.
Stop saying that. You know it offends him.
And then you know that's all my potential brides out there hear that. And it's like
They get
immediate.
nervous.
Yeah, right. That's like red flags.
The right bride will be able to tame this.
Why would you say
Wild horse.
such? Oh my God.
Well, last night I
Okay.
want to say, and this is on brand for Jasmine Brand.
Okay.
You know, I don't have a car right now because somebody crashed into my car and 5
While it
cars
was
on my
parked.
back. My car was parked in
Your
the middle of the
your
night.
car was minding its own business.
Yeah, resting. And so I'm like, where can we go eat? So we walked down the block to this restaurant near my house to go eat.
Right.
I was a little nervous to go with Jasmine.
Why?
Because one drunken day, Jasmine went to the restaurant and cursed people out.
Yeah, she don't have
First
no
of all,
chill.
you make it sound so awful.
And she
Not people.
called the bartender a ban.
A band, right?
Yes,
She threw that at me a couple of times.
BAN.
Yeah, y'all know
That's-
what
you know
I
what
gave
that
her-
stands for.
I gave her a pass.
And so I was concerned that I was going to go there and they were going to recognize her. Jasmine's like, they don't know it's me. They don't know what I look like.
They do.
You know, like on Seinfeld when he couldn't go to the soup kitchen.
No soup for you.
Yeah, because of the So I didn't want to have that situation because I go to this restaurant frequently.
Yeah, it has good food. Yeah. But I don't think they recognized me.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
If they did or they didn't. But do you guys have a friend? Do you know somebody that when they get drunk, they are out of control? Do you have a friend like that, Mano? Is she sitting next to you, Jasmine?
Yeah.
When Jasmine drinks,
She's out of control.
and then she wakes up like nothing happened.
Right, and she's so aggressive.
Wait a minute. But I thought it was a fun drunk.
I ain't gonna talk about the calls that you made to me when you was
What is she? Ooh.
inebriated.
What is she? Called you a band?
Yeah, threatened me.
Wow.
What you doing? Who you with?
You better. You would wish.
No, that's a fact. you just don't remember.
You should be so lucky.
All right, well, I want to ask you guys listening, do you have a drunk friend and how do you handle it when they get drunk? But they're not like Jasmine is fun.
Yeah.
Because she's never said nothing crazy to me, but she has done things that I've been like, Jasmine, stop.
No, you will be like. Okay.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
All right, 800-292-5150. Call us up. Or are you the drunk friend
Yeah.
that gets angry and curses people out and then the next day acts normal? 800-292-5150. Call us up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah.
You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano's here.
New Mano. Mano's struggling right now.
And we were talking about last night. I know your headphones still don't work, Mano?
No.
Aw.
I did it on purpose.
No, we didn't. All right, we're going to fix that. But I was talking about being out with Jasmine yesterday for about last night.
Right.
We went to go eat at a restaurant, and she had previously cursed somebody out that worked there, and I was nervous to go
with
back.
consent.
She did ask for consent first.
How
Is
did
it
that-
okay?
how do you-
She asked him, "Are you sensitive?"
Yeah, that was
never asked
consent.
me that.
Because I know you are, and it doesn't matter. Go ahead, Angela.
Whoa.
Is Mano sensitive?
Yes.
He kind of is.
All right. Well, I want to ask you guys: do you have a friend who, when they get drunk, you know they're about to do something wild, and how do you handle it? Hey, Takata, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So, do you know anybody that when they drink too much, they act crazy?
Yeah, man. My girl.
Wow, that's tough. What does she do?
Like last night, we went to Martini Monday, man, and we was just, martinis was rolling, and we got outside in front of the statue. They got the lines and the water fountain. We were taking nice pictures, and I turned my back for 1 minute, and she jumped in the water fountain.
She jumped in there.
But we got some awesome pictures.
I bet. She actually sounded like a good time.
Yeah,
I'm
she
not
sounds
gonna
like
lie.
fun.
She walked in the
She
water
had a
fountain.
good time, and I love her to death. But last night, she's definitely paying for it today.
Yeah, I bet. I thought maybe she fell in there, but she kind of.
She was like,
Jumped in
No.
there.
She was inspired.
I thought the same thing until they was like, okay, get the picture. And I was like, what you doing in there? Get out of there. Please get out of there.
Did she remember the next day what happened?
Oh, after the pictures, yeah, she remember those.
Okay. Has she ever done anything that made you feel like I got to fight?
No, we never got that far.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
see, now
harmless
that's
then.
just a good time.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah, it was definitely a good time definitely was a good time on a Monday night.
All right, thank you for calling. Mally Savage, do you have a drunken friend that makes you get into it when he's drinking and you're like, oh, I gotta relax?
Yeah, her name Naya.
Her name
Oh, it's a
Naya.
woman. Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Yeah,
It's a
so
lot
every
of women
time
doing
we-
this.
Yeah.
No, look, every time we get drunk, she be trying to drag her nuts.
oh wow.
Wait, she be trying to what?
Drag her
What that
nuts.
mean? Like she be trying to fight, like tussle, like.
Get a little
No,
crazy.
no, not fight, but she be trying to pop it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about another bottle, had to be like 4 bottles in.
Oh my god.
She doing an order more. And who's paying for these bottles?
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. She kept, you hear me?
Oh, she's paying for it.
Oh, okay. Well, she can do what she wanted.
No, both of us.
but-
No, both of us. Me and her.
Oh, okay.
All right, but it's a good time. You have a good time. So she don't try to fight nobody, right?
No.
All right, well, that's not too bad
Yeah,
then.
that's fine.
Yeah, she's just ordering bottles.
She got a name like she like to, pop
Yeah.
it.
All right, well, thank you for calling. All right. Well, you guys can also leave a message, 800-292-5150 to talk about it. And when we come back, we have your Yeeti. And this particular artist's Coachella performance is making people speculate he could perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. We'll tell you about it, who it is, and we'll talk about Coachella a little bit. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yeeti. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here.
Right.
New Mano. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
All right, and let's get into some Yeeti. First of all, T-Pain. There's been speculation right now, and he's been trending after his Coachella performance. People are even saying he needs to do the Super Bowl halftime show. And I do have to say, the clips that I saw do look pretty amazing.
Yeah.
T-Pain posted some himself. Here's a little part of that.
You know my bankroll got a lot of zeros. I'm Teddy Payne. They're Teddy and the heroes.
And he went on stage. He said it took him 20 years to get on the stage. And he said, I'm happy I effing kept at it. Because there was a period of time when people thought T-Pain was over. Remember?
Right.
Because
auto-tune?
Auto-tune, yeah. Almost took him out of here, yeah. He puts on an amazing show, so I think he would be perfect for the Super Bowl.
Super dope artist.
Yeah.
He was spinning around. You see him spinning?
He's so funny, too.
Yeah, he is. And he's got a podcast. Shout out to T-Pain.
Yeah. He would be a great choice.
All right, now, and speaking of Coachella, we saw Megchella.
Yes, we did.
Meg Thee Stallion brought out some special guests during her show.
Yes.
Sierra, Queen Latifah.
Love that. That's your girl, Angela.
Hit the stage. And Slim Thug is like thinking that he may have a shot with Megan Thee Stallion because she was vibing to his music. Here's what he said.
Did y'all see the Stallion dancing to Thug from around the way and still tipping? If that ain't a hey, I want you daddy call, I don't know what is. So I'm just waiting on my day, kid. I'm just waiting on her to come to Houston and hit my line like, hey, I'm in the town, pick me up. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time at this point. She brought me out in Houston. I know she got a crush on me by this point. She danced to 2 of my songs.
Can I just say, this is obviously he wants her to see
He's
this.
thinking out loud.
Yeah, no, this is so orchestrated. Obviously,
This is what you call.
I'm not
what
either.
you call fishing.
Yes,
Right.
and we all picking it up, and we all talking about it, and she's of course going to see it. They would be a cute couple.
It could work.
Yeah,
I thought she had a man.
Don't matter.
well, listen, I mean, if she doesn't have a man, it would
Doesn't matter.
They might
Okay.
just be dating or something. Who knows? Who's her man, Angela?
And I thought they posted her with,
It's not working.
Oh, okay.
All right, now I want to, for a second, talk about Coachella, though, because people that went to the festival went viral on social media. They were showing off how much it cost for some of the meals that they had. One person, Ruth Vivero, she shared a video. She spent $102 for 2 plates of 3 tacos and loaded nachos and 2 lemonades. The lemonade was $17 a cup.
Okay, all right.
And so they were showing how much things. Slice of pizza was $13,
That's a big crime.
but it had pepperoni on it. In fairness.
What does that mean? What?
Another thing that they talked about was how people are paying for Coachella tickets. They're about $600 for general admission to get in.
Yeah.
And so what they did was they said about 60% of the people who went over the weekend used an installment plan, according to Billboard.
Well, they've been paying all year.
Yeah, so not layaway, I guess, installment plan.
Yeah, it's an installment plan.
Yeah.
You know how when you go check out, they're like, oh, do you want to do an installment plan? So, over 60% of people. So it shows you they want to go that badly. They're like, we're going to figure this out.
Okay. All right. I'm not mad at that.
Well, that is your Yeeti, and this is also sponsored by Saucony, not Saucony.
Not Saucony, like
And
I keep calling it.
And when we come back, we have Under the Radar, the stories that are flying under the radar, but you need to know about them. Imagine using AI to come up with a housing plan. We'll tell you about it. It's way up.
In the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here. New Mano. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Oh my gosh. Still no headphones for Mano.
No, of course not.
Yeah, we the stepchildren up here. All right, well, let's get into it. The New York City mayor's race. This is important because I think this is going to set the standard across the board. But people are being very critical over Andrew Cuomo, who's one of the candidates, because he used ChatGPT in a section of his housing plan that was released over the weekend. So now they are going in on him for that. Now, according to Cuomo, his campaign spokesperson says that AI was not used to generate the housing plan. It was to find a Gothamist article about where the various candidates stand on freezing the rent for stabilized tenants. But regardless, this is going to be something I think that across the board, people are using ChatGPT and using AI in general just to come up with things that and there was like a part of it that was garbled and nonsensical.
No. Can I just give like a few quick tips on how to properly use it so you don't get caught?
Yep. Did you use ChatGPT to find them?
Absolutely. Use it as a starting point. You got to add your own voice.
Yeah.
You also have to paraphrase and edit and add personal touches. And then I think you won't get caught using it because you can't use it verbatim,
Yeah. You got to still do some work.
It's just
it's
a starting point.
It's a starting point.
Yes.
And so, unfortunately, he got caught using it, and they are definitely trying to cover that up.
Okay.
All right. The Trump administration has announced they're going to freeze $2.2 billion for Harvard because the university rejected the request for policy changes. Oh, gosh. I know. I mean, all of this funding getting frozen for these universities.
Yeah.
Some university leaders are giving in to the demands of the White House. So
yeah.
It's just a matter of time. I see a lot of the tides changing now. I also saw they said that they weren't going to do the retaliatory tariffs on automobiles now.
I feel like every day it's a kind of back and forth,
so
right?
So confusing. We don't know what's going on. I told you Europe said they're planning to do retaliatory tariffs on us, on toilet paper, on cigars. Yeah, on other things as well. So
toilet paper is way too far, though.
I saw somebody with like 30 rolls of toilet paper yesterday walking down the block very slowly.
Stack up.
In Brooklyn?
Listen, Mano cannot live without his toilet paper.
Listen, we were talking about how regular he was earlier today.
Yeah. Every time he's like, I got to go to the bathroom, I have to double check. Like, are you coming back soon?
Right.
Or no? All right. Well, that is
he's so irritated.
Under the Radar, sponsored by Saucony. So make sure you go to Saucony.com.
Okay.
And if you get your first order, you get 15% off. Just so you know.
That's a deal.
I keep asking Mano what sneakers he wants so I can get my 15% off for him. All right. When we come back, Mathematics and Cappadonna, Wu-Tang, they're going to be joining us. And we also have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee,
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yeeti. Way up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano's in the building.
Something like that.
Oh my God, I know. Listen, you already know what it is. We're trying to get these headphone situation fixed, but unfortunately,
It's okay, Mano.
All right, well, let's get into this Yeetie. Princess Love says that she is done with alcohol.
I bet.
She posted never drinking ever again, and she put some vomiting emojis, and then she said never mix tequila and Tito's. People were talking about how she was at the Millennium Tour.
Right.
Her and Ray J seemed like they were back together.
So she blaming a kiss on alcohol.
Yep, she is.
Really?
People get drunk and make out with their ex.
Yeah, it's familiar.
All right, now the director of Home Alone 2 wants Donald Trump's cameo removed. Chris Columbus is his name, oddly enough. And he said in an interview with the San Francisco Chronicle, and this was in 1992, by the way, Home Alone 2 lost in New York. He said that 7-second appearance from Trump has become a curse. He said, I just wish it was gone. I can't cut it. If I cut it, I'll probably be sent out of the country.
He probably would. Trump.
Yeah, he said I have to go back to Italy or something.
I love Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
I love being home alone.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. All right, Sean Kingston had to go into federal custody after a judge ruled that his legal team did not deliver a key part of his bond. That was $100,000 in cash. So he cannot stay on house arrest ahead of his sentencing.
You probably don't have it.
Yeah, his sentencing is set for July 11th. So I guess he'll have to wait until then. His mother is also behind bars for that same fraud case. All right, Essence Festival is coming up. Are you excited for that?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what some of the announcements are as far as who's performing?
Yes, tell me, please.
Well, it's going to be Friday, July 4th to Sunday, July 6th.
Okay.
And some of the performances include Boyz II Men, Davido, Master P, Maxwell, Buju Banton, Donnell Jones, Glorilla, Isley Brothers, Money Long, Summer Walker, Jermaine Dupri presents Essence Flowers. It's going to be a tribute to Quincy Jones.
Oh, beautiful. That's going to be a really nice show.
And it's going to be hosted by Anthony Anderson and Kenny Burns.
Oh, nice.
So get ready for that. And speaking of performances, Ice Cube has announced his first headlining tour in over a decade. It's called Truth to Power, 4 Decades of Attitude. So get ready for that. It kicks off in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center on September 4th. You know, it's interesting. I think Ice Cube loves the Barclays because when he did the Big Three and he started that league, the first game was at the Barclays.
So he has a special relationship.
I mean, that's just my thought.
And you, you love Brooklyn, so
yes, and I love the Barclays too.
Yep.
Big Sean has also announced that he's going to be hitting the road this summer.
Okay,
that's going to be a 16-date tour, and that's going to start Tuesday, July 8th. And that's starting in Morrison, Colorado.
Okay.
By the way. So I already know those dates are going to be pretty lit as well. Uncle Charlie Wilson is going to do the Uncle Charlie's R&B Cookout Tour this summer.
Now that's what I want to be at.
And that's going to feature Babyface, Casey Haley, and El DeBarge. And that's going to start off in places like Detroit, Memphis, and Newark. That pre-sale actually starts today.
Who's Casey Haley?
You know, from
Casey
Jodeci. Yeah.
Jodeci.
I didn't know his last name was Haley.
You should have known.
Why should I know his last name is Haley?
Everybody knows.
Everybody. That's why you don't have headphones on now.
Wow, that hurt.
That was a low blow.
That was really, Jasmine, not nice.
All right.
And
nice.
I'm going to give you guys the tea on this so you can go and order this. But A$AP Rocky's first Ray-Ban collection has dropped. So you can now pre-order those sunglasses. He was named the first ever creative director in February. The capsule collection is called the Blacked Out Collection.
Okay.
So you can go ahead. All three of them. It's 3 different glasses. I already went and looked at them. I ordered a pair.
Okay.
They start at, well, they're all priced at the same price, $266.
Okay.
I did order a pair though. They're cute.
Okay. Well, so they're all black?
Is this the one with the cameras on it too?
No, these aren't the ones with the cameras on it. All right, so check it out. And that is your Yee Tea, sponsored by Saucony. Now, when we come back, Ask Yee, 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Any question, we're here to help. Also, from the Wu-Tang Clan, Mathematics and Capadonna are going to be joining us. Math has an album that's out. We have the limited edition vinyl. Yes. Capadonna has an album coming out on Friday. But that's where I also got my start. So, you know, I got some good stories for y'all.
Okay.
All right, it's way up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. So you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's that time for Ask Yee with the award-winning, advice-giving,
award-winning
Jasmine Brand.
Yeah. Kat, you want to play with me today, don't?
Yes, I am.
See you want to play.
Yes,
this is the day you want to play with me.
Mano's here too.
Okay, it's all good.
She's so mad.
That's all right.
All right. And we got a voicemail for Ask Yee. Here it is.
Hey, Ange. I was calling because I want to give some advice. My brother and his wife are deciding to separate, but they're still married. So I decided to let my brother's wife stay with me. And last night, she went outside to, air quotes, have a smoke with her friend. And she was outside for like an hour. So I decided to go out there and tell her she needs to come inside because we're all ready to go to bed. So when I went out there, she was having sex in her friend's car. And I'm like, I don't know if I should address this or just not talk about it. I'm definitely the type of person to address things like that. So let me know. What's up? What should I do?
All right. Well, what advice would we give her? It seems like they're getting divorced.
Right, they're getting divorced, so she should just mind her business. She's lucky that the wife didn't, the ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife didn't bring the guy in the house.
Here's the thing. Why is she letting her stay with her? I feel like that's a little weird.
Yeah, that is weird. You know what? She wanted her. That's probably why.
But maybe they're
soon-to-be ex-wife.
But listen, you don't know how. They're probably really tight. They probably were married for a long time, so they probably have a tight relationship.
She probably liked it too, herself.
Didn't nobody say that, but I'm saying they probably had a tight relationship. So
but I have a tighter relationship with my brother. I mean, I don't know what her situation is with her brother, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
But that's an awkward position to be in.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Get caught.
So I would have to be honest. If you're staying in my house and I like you that much, then I got to be able to be honest with you.
Okay.
And I would say, because clearly she's uncomfortable with it.
Right.
And I would say to her, look, whatever happens between, I know you guys aren't together anymore, but I don't feel comfortable because that's my brother.
I don't feel comfortable with you.
How did she find out that the girl was having sex?
She went outside.
And saw that the car was all steamy and fogged up.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
she was like, man, I wish that was me.
But I would have to say that it's time for you to find another place to go.
At least she didn't do it inside the house.
Right. She could have been flagrant and be like, girl, you know I'm divorcing your brother.
So, Ange, you think that she should have a conversation?
I just think about my brother. I'm not having that.
Right. You would have never did it from the door. You would have never had her staying there.
Well, Ange is kind of nice. You hear a sob story and you'll be like, eh.
Yeah, but I learned my lesson because people don't leave. So I just think if she's uncomfortable with it, she should talk to her and let her know.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not comfortable with this situation. I don't want to be in the middle. That is my brother.
Well, what are you not comfortable with? You already let her stay. What are you not comfortable with?
She said she's not comfortable with the fact that she went outside and she was having sex, and now she knows this.
Why not?
What if her brother's like, yeah, what's been going on at the house? Da 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 da.
He's getting divorced from her. He don't care what she doing.
I don't know that he doesn't care.
He don't care. They always care.
Yeah, y'all care.
Me, he don't care.
Mano, that's you.
Yeah, it's because something's wrong with you. You're emotionally detached.
No, I'm not.
Until he gets married.
That's why you ain't got no bride now.
July 26th.
It's a whole different story. So I think tell her that you're not comfortable, and maybe she doesn't need to be staying with you if she wants to do whatever she wants to do. I just don't want to be in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have these things now. Now it's a burden on me to have to hold this or to be the person that has to tell my brother.
Right.
I don't want to make those decisions.
You can't be
Keep
dropping
me out of it.
You can't be dropping it low and splitting
She
wide.
can do what she
in
want to
front of her
do.
house
She's a
in the car.
divorcee.
You can't do that. No, you can, but at your own residence is
Yeah,
where.
not at my sister's house.
She should have let her.
Next time, call the cops and say there's some indecent things happening.
No, I'm not calling no cops.
All right, well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Remember, you could always leave a message and ask your question that way. And that was sponsored by Saucony, not Saucony.
Okay. Not Saucony.
Not Saucony, okay? Saucony.
All right.
And when we come back, Mathematics and Capadonna are going to be joining us. That is Wu-Tang. They were down from day one. And you're going to hear these stories about, they always say there's 9 members of Wu-Tang plus Cappadonna. We're going to find out why that is, what he was doing, because he didn't even really think he was going to be able to rap at first, even though he was down from day one. All right, we're going to talk about it. It's Way Up.
And I'm back. We about to do this. One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee. You're Way Up with Angela Yee. Please believe that.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl Jasmine Brand.
Yes.
And for real, my peoples are here. A lot of mathematics.
Peace. What
and
up, Ange?
Capadonna.
What's good with you?
I don't know that much about AI, but clearly it's something that we all need to make sure that we are up on. So talk to me about that process, because everybody's nervous about it too at the same time.
Yeah, and I was too. But for me, I took it back like when I first started DJing with Serato, because I was against Serato for the longest. I'm rocking vinyl, that's it. Then I actually went to the CDJs for the shows because of the bouncing around, and I avoided Serato. But then when I tried Serato, I was like, wait, hold on.
Right. I don't got to carry crates anymore.
Exactly. I ain't got to carry that big thing for the record. So after that, I learned to embrace technology and use it. Learn about it first. Do your research and use it for, what best fits you. I think if you use AI right, it's great because for one, even on the album I use for the skits, the karate flicks, those is not karate flicks. That's me changing my voice to sound like the karate.
That's amazing.
Was this your idea to use AI so much in the project to incorporate it?
Well, for that part, yes.
Okay.
For the video part, because at this point everybody's running around doing different things, and I was really trying to formulate. It's harder now to get brothers to do videos than to get on a joint.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's easier to send something to somebody and they could do it in the studio. Because think about it, Kappa, back in the day when y'all was working and having to be all together in the studio, that's damn near impossible to get and to even know who's going to be on the song.
But that was some of the greatest and best times because we got a chance to really collaborate. Plus, I didn't even have to ask nobody to get on the song. We was all right there. So brothers will hear me in the studio spitting, and they'll just come right in and be like, yo, what's going on? And start spitting right behind me. And that's how we was making all of those classics. So sending the music out, it kind of does water down the vibe a little bit because you're not really doing person-to-person collaboration. You know what I'm saying? And even with the AI, you know what I'm saying? I respect modern day technology, but, I don't really like too much of having people impersonate me.
I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
And
I work too hard to be a cartoon.
Because I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
But to see, so I want to hear from you, Math.
No, I agree with him.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't have nobody impersonate nobody in the video.
Right.
I told a story.
It's a whole different...
I told a story.
Once again, Mathematics and Capadonna, Wu-Tang's own Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman, is out now All of Wu-Tang is on that album. You know, I think everybody at some point pays their dues in this business. Like, it's rare to step into a situation and be like,
from the door.
Yeah, man. Especially back then, it's so different. Now people go viral and everybody's
skip a steps.
Yeah,
they skip a lot of steps.
Yeah.
They skip a lot of steps because even before I did the with Jizza, right? I was doing park jams. So we was coming out DJing for free in the park in Baisley Projects, risking our lives, hooking up to the light post. None of us was electricians.
Right?
You gotta be though at that time. That's crazy.
Yeah, so we was hooking up. Then you gotta risk your equipment between beefs and gunfire and somebody coming.
It's really multitasking.
Look, and you really gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Yeah. And somebody coming out, another DJ want to battle you for your equipment. That used to happen too. Never lost my equipment. I'm gonna say that.
I know that's
Never.
right.
Never. But you'll get challenged.
This is great. Jasmine Brand is here with me. Mathematics is here. Capadonna is here. It's like all family.
Yeah.
We got more with them when we come back. Wu-Tang. We should have did this on a Wu Wednesday, but we got Wealth Wednesdays. It's way up. We got more.
Vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl Jasmine Brand.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is some real history. I got Mathematics here and Cappadonna. Wu-Tang Clan. That's where I got my start. And so you talked about how being in the studio and actually physically like getting that energy. I'm thinking about the days of the Wu Mansion you guys had.
That's where all the magic happened. That's where we was in the studio the most because we wasn't doing studios in the hood. I was in the hustle game. So yeah, I was incarcerated, but when I came out, brothers was like, yo, we gotta get Cap, They called me original at that time. We gotta get original. You know what I'm saying? Because he was there from the grain. You know what I'm saying? He always been there. We gonna go get him. And I ain't really want to rap at that time either.
You didn't?
What did you want to do?
I wanted to work. I wanted to get a job.
Really?
Because I
Stability.
because I was in and out of the hustle game hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was going down before my brothers was even, really experiencing that kind of life. So when I came home, I just wanted to be a productive citizen. I got a security guard job.
Okay.
In the project, I was security guard for housing. Park
And everybody
Hill.
knew you already. So
Yeah.
They're like, yo, look who the security guard is.
When you locked up, I didn't know you was out. You got a job.
And U-Guard, if it wasn't for U-Guard, because U-Guard kept coming to my job every day. He was coming to my job, trying to get me to go to the studio. I used to be like, nah, I'm good. And one day I went and I heard the Ice Cream song.
Yeah.
It was just Ray and Ghost on the song. It wasn't no hook or nothing like that. So RZA was like, yo, give me 16 bars. I was like, what's 16 bars?
Right.
I ain't even know what was 16 bars. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and Meth came in 15 minutes later and did that hook. And I was still looking at him in amazement. I was like, yo, like, this is amazing. Like, what's going on here? Because I didn't want to get on nobody project and mess up their project. They was professionals to me.
Right.
Yeah, Riz was like, yo, this is single. I was like, all right, y'all have fun with that.
Right. I got to go to work.
Yeah, I still didn't get
I'm
it.
on break.
I still didn't get it. And the ill part, he was like, yeah, we're going to shoot a video. I was like, in front of people? I was like, yo, for real? The whole time I was thinking, yo, how can I run away?
You said in front of people?
125th Street, yo.
Like, it's bad enough I'm in here in the studio in front of y'all.
I was going to boogie on them, y'all.
You just going to run?
Yeah,
that video is
wasn't going to show up. And I'm glad I did, though, man. They that's how my
that's how it
journey
unfolded.
started.
And Ice Cream was instrumental for you too,
I'm about to
Mathematics.
say that. Let me
Yeah,
jump
and
in
it was
real
on
quick
purpose,
because that was your first joint.
Right.
But that's the joint that made me want to produce. Because I seen when RZA made that beat.
Wow.
That's the type of magic.
See, I ain't hear that stuff.
Yeah, yo.
So you were there when he made that beat?
Yeah.
From scratch.
Because I remember we was at Michelle Court. We was, RZA's working all day. He was getting a little burned out. And he was like, yo, I need a break. So I remember it was me, him, Ghost, and Meth. We went to the movies. After we came back from the movies, that was the days, still 40-ounce days and smoking days. And you could, you bring a 40 ounce in the theater and all that good stuff. Yeah. So when we got back,
Wonder why.
So when we got back to the spot, RZA went right to work. I was still a little nice, but I'm peeping him make the joint. And by 7 o'clock in the morning when he finished, Ice Cream was blaring out them speakers. I was like, yo, what is that? Because I was on the knockout. Like, I was on the knockout.
Right.
I was nice. And then I'm waking up, hearing it. I'm looking, I see him working because I could see him in the room. Because he's in the pre-production room. And I just remember, like, when that beat was coming out in the morning, I got up, went right into the room. I was like, yo, that's that same joint you was working on last night? He was like, yeah. I was like, yo, how you made that? And he started breaking it down. He broke down the ASR 10. After that, I went and caught one. And that's when I started producing. So, it was Ice Cream.
And then, listen, Ice Cream was a lady song, but a different type of lady song. That set it all off.
Bet that.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Again, Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. I got my a limited edition. There's only, 5,000 of these?
5,000 in the U.S. and 1,000 in the U.K.
Okay, artwork.
And to my understanding, I think we pretty much sold out. So if you ain't get it, I think you kind of missed the boat.
Slow, you blow.
Out of luck. And Capadonna, you have your project coming out on the 17th.
That's right. Godly, Wealthy, and Beautiful. Check it out. www.glfent.com.
The album actually drops to DSP April 25th. So it'll be a week after Caps.
Okay.
Okay,
cool. All right. Way Up with Angela Yee, or as we say today, Woo Way. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. It was, honestly, this might be one of my longest interviews. So you can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee, and hear some really never heard before stories. And when we come back, you guys have the last word. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Hey, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here. Jasmine's here.
I'm not just any
What a
brand,
day,
I'm my
guys.
own brand.
Thank you again to Mathematics and Cappadonna for joining us. Make sure y'all check out that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. All right, Mano.
Yeah.
You good? You ready
great.
to do this, to get married?
Yes, I'm good.
I got to start. Listen,
Under a
anybody.
lot of stress.
Anybody that wants to marry Mano, hit me up in the DMs. We're going to be vetting people out.
And kind of explain why you would be the perfect wife for Mano.
Yeah, what makes you perfect?
Yeah. Your elevator speech for being a wife for
You have to
Mano.
be extremely tolerant and patient. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, this is your show, you guys, so you have the last word.
This is Tamika from Chicago, Southside, to be exact. But your question about your friend Jasmine, is about her going out and being that party girl. I don't have a friend like that. I am that friend. When the drinks keep flowing, they flow. Baby, they flow. And as long as I'm going with the flow, we good. But I be having a good time. I'm a good time. I'm not no fighter. Unless I have to. But I'm a great fan.
Going way up with Angela Yee.